Have you ever complained about your job? Because it's exhausting or boring? Wait a moment, because after this video, you might look at your work in a completely different way. For thousands of years, humans have had to do jobs that most people today can't even imagine. Jobs that were dangerous, disgusting, and sometimes deadly. But the strange thing is, they were necessary for society's survival. Let's travel back in time. In ancient cities, there were no modern sewers, and there were no garbage trucks. Everything relied on manual labor, and among the most miserable jobs was the human waste collector. This person would go out at night and collect people's waste from cesspits and primitive toilets, then carry it outside the city. The smell was unbearable, and diseases were everywhere. Yet, society needed him every single day. Then there is another job that might seem very strange: the corpse collector during plagues. When diseases were spreading rapidly, people were terrified even to get close to the infected. So, designated individuals would come to transport the bodies, spending their days among the dead and risking their lives at every moment. Many of them didn't live long. As for the Middle Ages, there was the executioner. Everyone feared him, but no one wanted to do his job. And although society needed him to enforce the law, people treated him like an outcast. Sometimes he lived far away from the rest of the population, and no one wanted to shake his hand. And have you ever heard of the rat catcher? Before the advent of modern pesticides, rats used to spread diseases and destroy food supplies. And these people had to hunt them daily, inside alleys, tunnels, and dark places. Contracting diseases was a common occurrence. And there is a job that is hard to believe: the chimney sweep. In some countries, young children would climb inside narrow chimneys to remove the accumulated soot. The place was dark, tight, and full of dust, and many of them suffered from suffocation or severe injuries. And in some cities, there were those who skinned and treated animal hides. The smell was extremely foul, because the tanning process relied on rotting natural materials and sometimes on urine or feces. For this reason, tanneries were built far away from residential neighborhoods. The irony is that most of these people weren't bad. Rather, they were doing jobs that no one else wanted to do. And thanks to them, cities were cleaner, diseases were less widespread, and people were safer. But history rarely remembers them. In every era, there are jobs that people see as normal, and after hundreds of years, they might seem strange or terrifying. And maybe, 100 years from now, our descendants will look at some of our current jobs in the exact same way. So the question isn't, what is the worst job in history, but rather, what is the job that we consider normal today that the future will see as a nightmare?